Yo, what is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 gameplay video. Hey, this video is chock full of some pretty nice sidearm plays. And I wanted to talk about sidearms because they have been under the radar continually for the majority of Destiny 2's lifespan. And the only time I can ever remember them being meta, right? And I say them, but I mean one gun. There was one season, right, where Last Hope was the thing you coupled with Mida, or the thing that you coupled with, some people even ran like Antiope back then, but there was one season where Last Hope was sort of the thing. But then we moved on, other things became meta, and they've sort of been in the background for the longest time now in Destiny 2. And this may come as a shock to you, but I have logged more kills on sidearms than any special, more than shotguns, more than fusion rifles, more than sniper rifles. I have to date almost, I'm getting close to 30,000 eliminations with sidearms. I think I'm actually past that because that's not tracking my all of my year one sidearm kills on PC. Because when Cross-Save came out, I synced up my PS4 account, because that's when I had the most stuff on, to be my PC account. So all of my stuff on PC before then just sort of got lost. And I mained PC for like 4 months straight in year one, but neither here nor there. All this to say, I've used sidearms a lot. I love sidearms. You guys probably know this if you follow my content. You probably know I have several sidearm builds and several sidearms that I tend to use. I want to tell you guys, I believe very firmly that sidearms are god tier. I mean, these are top tier weapons. They really, really are. And to validate that, I've got some of the follow-up videos I like to post. One of them is duo queuing at Legend Rank Comp using a sidearm. We've gone against, me and a friend of mine did a stream doing duo queue comp the other day, and I played with a sidearm and a sniper rifle for the entire stream. We actually went undefeated on the day. We matched full teams of Unbrokens. We matched teams of known carry streamers, like, you know, people who carry people to the Not Forgottens or Legend Rank or whatever. And, you know, we ended up undefeated on the day, playing against really good players at Legend Rank team comp as a duo queue. And I had several matches where the sidearms were just doing great. In fact, I had one match where solo queue, where one of my teammates died 3 times in round 1 and then quit, right? He gobbled down 3 of our lives and quit, left us in a 2v3, and we ended up losing, but it was close, and I had a couple of rounds of clutch. Using double sidearms in a 2v3, I dropped I think it was like 25 elims or something like that, but and like a 3.0 KD. You may hear barking in the background. I apologize. That's my doggo. He's big and he barks a lot when people show up at the house, and it sounds like my wife just pulled in. Timo! Hey, Timo! Never mind. Forget it. He can't hear me over his own barking. But anyways, why is it that they are top tier? Why is it that they're really freaking good? Let me talk about that for a little bit. First and foremost, let's talk about their TTK. The overall time to kill for sidearms is ridiculously fast. It really is. And TTK isn't everything, because that value can be skewed. It can be sort of misinterpreted. It's not the bottom line be-all, end-all for why something would be good or bad. One of the things that's great about sidearms is not only is the TTK pretty quick, the overall time to kill is pretty quick, but you can accomplish that optimal TTK under just about any circumstances. A lot of weapons, it's like, yeah, there's an optimal TTK, but your boots have to be planted. You should probably be crouched, controlling recoil, and landing all headshots for this to happen. With sidearms, that's not the case. You can be flying through the frickin' air. You could be firing from the hip with perfect accuracy basically up close as you're flying through the air. You could be rolling and come out of that roll and just and they're done, right? There's a lot of situations where you're going to get that optimal time to kill, and it doesn't require special parameters. Usually you can even hit just one headshot out of your volley and reach almost optimal TTK. It's fantastic. So not only are there multiple scenarios where you can reach that TTK, but the range on sidearms is actually pretty good. It's pretty good, especially now that hand cannons got that range nerf. Closing the gaps and outgunning and outdueling hand cannons, even meta hand cannons like spare rations, is it's something you can totally do with sidearms. You can totally do with sidearms. In fact, I do it all the time, and there's a lot of sidearms that actually push that range to its limits and kind of outperform their own archetype. You know, I think of like the Lonesome, for example. I use it a ton, and one of the reasons is because its range is fantastic, and with a great optimal TTK. I love my Lonesome. I've got several thousand kills on that Lonesome at this point. I've got a couple of them that I use. One's a Demolitionist roll that I use for my grenade builds on my various characters. Another one is one that I just use for its neutral abilities, is a Zen Moment Kill Clip roll that I like to use. So they're also pretty accurate. I'm gonna be honest. They're pretty accurate when you use them in the intended range. So things like controlling recoil and managing the stability stat, right, and trying to optimize that. A lot of times that's not a big issue. It's not a big issue with hand cannons. A lot of times you're trying to think about how can I get the recoil to be perfectly vertical. What's the right combination here? I need a rapid hit in order to make this thing behave properly. Sidearms are very accurate, and you can couple great mobility with them that you can't really do. A lot of times in your hand cannon duels, you slide into the duel, your boots are planted, and you tap, 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 slide, tap, 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 slide, tap, 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 right? That's sort of the cadence. With sidearms, as you can see in this gameplay, I can slide into engagement and tap, 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 sure, but I can also roll and jump and fly and scoot and floof and whatever I want to frickin' do and still land all these shots. So it opens up brand new avenues of engagement, brand new ways to play the game, brand new ways to leverage your abilities and your movement abilities specifically, and find great ways of marrying your movement with your gunplay. And that makes the gunplay so much more exciting to me. And frankly, fun. It's just stupid amounts of fun when you outplay multiple people with sidearms. There's probably even, at this point, you've probably even seen it, but I had a couple of matches where I ran double sidearms with the trick sleeves. I was using the trick sleeves. And just swapping back and forth from sidearm to sidearm and mowing down shoddy apes. And their movement is boring. It is. It's boring. It's jump up, run in a straight line, and pull the trigger probably once or twice. And that to me that's a snooze fest. It's so freaking boring. You know, and sometimes you get players who do all kinds of crazy mobility things with shotguns, but it's really just not that necessary. Even at the high end, most people for most of their engagements are slide shotgunning. And to me, that gets old fast. It may not get old fast for you, I get that. It may be super fun for you, and that's fantastic. It's not fun for me, it's boring for me. With sidearms, I can do all kinds of cool, fun mobility and fun approaches on all of the subclasses. In fact, in this video, there's Warlock, Titan, and Hunter with different builds, different subclasses, different skill trees. It's just so fun. And that brings me to my next point. Sidearms have great synergy with all the subclasses and multiple different exotic armor pieces out there. Such good synergy. I think about Bombardiers on Hunter. So, you know, you get into an engagement with this couple of guys, you just do a quick roll, come out of your roll, and you know that this bomb is going to detonate and hopefully do some damage to everyone around you, and then you're basically a lot of times left with guys with no shields. You got like two guys or one guy with no shields right in front of you. Because of the Bombardiers, you spray them down and go on to the next kill. They're super fun. It's great synergy. It's all CQC, being squirrely and CQC, and that's what I love doing on a Hunter. Dragon Shadow is a very aggressive sidearm. It lets me, aggressive exotic piece. It lets me slide into a group of players and spam my shots, get my first kill, and just roll. And then I come out of that roll, and I basically have quick draw to the max. My sidearm's going to come up and be readied instantly because of Wraith Metal Mail, and it's going to be fully reloaded and ready to go. Love it for playing very aggressively. I love Dragon Shadow. It's got great synergy with Titan melee builds, right? Because Titan melee builds are all about being close but not too close. Okay, you've got freaking Syntheseps, which give you insane range on your melee. You've got the Ballistic Slam, which is a ranged melee. You've got the hammer you can throw, and you want to be close enough to make sure you hit that thing. And so it's all these melee abilities that are about being close but not too close. So you're not getting spammed with shotguns. You're just going to die instantly to a shotty, but you're still going to be able to get that melee off, that melee ability. And so what's great about the sidearms is that's exactly the range that they excel in. where you're just outside of shotty range, and so you can just pull the trigger 2 or 3 times, tap tap tap, and then follow up with the melee, get the kill, and then get whatever freaking crazy ability buff that you, depending on what Titan subclass you're running, you can then go forward with some fun new buffs. Warlocks, I mean, the options are limitless here. I mean, Getaway Artist plus Sidearm, that's freaking nasty. That's freaking nasty. I love using Top Tree Dawnblade with Sidearms because of how Sidearms behave in the air, very accurate, have great range, and you just want to be hovering right above players and doorways and stuff and hitting them with that Sidearm. It's just great synergy, fantastic synergy. Heck, even Astrocyte Verse, blinking into groups with the Sidearm and tap, 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 and then blinking out, really guerrilla style. Super fun to do, super fun to do. And you have so many good sidearms to choose from right now in the game. I mean, you got Lonesome from Gambit Prime / Reckoning, and I've had several of them drop, and I hang on to 2 of them religiously that are always in my inventory because they're so freaking good. Anonymous Autumn has a phenomenal perk pool for you to choose from and tailor make it to your liking, and they're so easy to get and farm. You got Rat King with the Catalyst. If you have Rat King fully masterworked, that thing is disgusting. Now, getting it masterworked is a real pain, but if you do it, it's disgusting. You got Last Hope back in the loot pool right now. It's real freaking good depending on your rolls. Great perk pool there. Tons of great perks to choose from. Breach Light, right? Smuggler's Word is even a really good choice if you like that aggressive 2 burst. So, anyways, all this to say, man, sidearms are so good. If you will practice and get the discipline down, and you get this muscle memory built up, and you know what to do in the moment and how to use your movement abilities in conjunction with your gunplay, you do some really freaking cool stuff with sidearms. It's so much fun. I'd highly encourage you guys to invest the time into using them and getting better with them. Thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay and the commentary and the information. I look forward to posting some follow-up videos and the new exotic sidearm too. So love you guys so much. Thanks for watching the video. Come check us out on Facebook Gaming at fb.gg/thetruevanguard sometime. We got a great community going on over there. We'd love to see you stop by and say hi. Have a good day. Be warm and well fed. Hope to catch you in the Crucible.